Hello, this is Diane Lang, Beautiful Souls, Diane Lang of Wisdom of the Akashics. I am doing my first Facebook Live anything feed today. And so it's a real experiment here, and I'm so excited. And the reason that I'm doing the live feed this afternoon right now is that I'm going to introduce you guys to somebody that's just come through some Akashic Records with me. We've done the Akashic Records. We've done coaching. I have Sabrina Garrison on the line with me today on the Facebook Live. And we're just going to talk a little bit about, what Sabrina's experienced in the Akashic Records in the coaching program that I offer, and how it's helped her shift in different ways, what value she found in it. And we're using Facebook Live TV. So welcome, Sabrina. Thank you very much for coming online with me today. And I'm always so honored. I work with such beautiful souls. I'm constantly saying that this work is just bringing forward the most incredible people. You being one of them. Sabrina and I actually met in a coaching program. And so, because the Akashic Records are soul specific information, we did some work together, and she's wanted to come on today with me, and we're going to talk a little bit about the program. So if anybody's thinking about it, they can hear somebody else's perspective of it, not just mine. So welcome, Sabrina, and thank you very much for being here with me today.
Thank you for having me. This is very fun.
Yeah, we have fun together, don't we? We actually do have fun together. And that's one thing that I actually tell you, I really am big about that. We get to some deep stuff and we do some really great work, but we also want to make sure that we're having joy in our experience, which in your particular case is even a little extra special because of your soul theme that we learned about you in the records. So Sabrina, just give everybody kind of an overview of, there's a couple things we'll talk about today, what you came into the Akashic Records to learn, what value you found in the information. Let's start there. So where were you kind of faced with before you came in and learned what you did through the Akashic Records and how they assisted you?
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to say your work is actually very amazing. When you said Akashic Records in our group, I thought, it just tweaked my mind. I'm like, Akashic Records, what is that? And I thought it might have something to do with karma or past lives or something like that. And basically that was it. And I had sought out a shaman to help me to deal with some things that were going on. I was in a very karmically connected relationship that really had me what they call hooked, and kind of had its hooks in me. And I loved the person, but I couldn't stay that connected. It was toxic, actually. And so I knew I had to look at it in a very different way. And I kept being told, you guys have been, played together in many lifetimes. And, again, like I told you, I'm a Midwestern girl. I'm like, I didn't believe in past lifetimes really or anything like that. But, for these past couple of years, I thought, don't keep your mind closed to that. That is a possibility. And now I really understand. Now, after talking to you, I really, really understand it. And it's been incredibly helpful. So, going into my Akashic Records was amazing because there are things, obviously, I had not told you, even though we were in the coaching group together, we didn't know each other at all. We just were in the same group of people. And so it's interesting how it completely, look at this. I have like 10 pages of notes from our first call. Okay. From our first call. And that was amazing. After you read, you do your own work in the Akashic Records, and then we had the call the next day and you divulged what you saw. What you didn't know about me is that I've been an interior designer for the last 25 years. I've designed a lot of businesses over the last 30 years. Well, actually, if you count from when I started with my dad's business when I was 12, we'll say 38 years, So I have found myself, just like I was as a kid, designing all kinds of, things, houses, and redesigning my room or my mom's house or something, like that. And so what you said about me is this, and I won't read the whole thing, but that where did that go? Oh, my soul family is the blueprinters. And I hope you don't mind. You mind if I share that part? Okay, so
Yeah,
there's different, I guess there's different soul families, right? And so, so there's blueprinters. And then my subcategory for that was a blueprint changer, which makes a lot of sense because my entire, from the time that I met Jack Canfield when I was 12, and I heard him speak, and I got my first like goosebump moment, God bump moment. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is exactly what I want to do. I want to train, inspire, and empower people to live really incredible lives. So what's a blueprint changer? And you said, you are here to change the consciousness by redesigning environments in people's lives.
So
yeah, I've been doing that.
So what I think, and going back to that, Sabrina, it's so in alignment. The Akashic Records, the information are so in alignment with who that's your soul's truth. It's your makeup, it's your gift. And then I know that you also had a soul specialization as master designer came out. And then it was just like, it couldn't have been more accurate almost when we look back at it. And, of course, because I didn't know you, it was so cool to see that information. And it just happens time and time and time again in the Akashic Records. So thank you for sharing that and how it was so resonant for you when you got that information. Because I often say that it's just a really aha moment after aha moment when we work in the Akashic Records. Yeah. So beyond the original reading, we also did some coaching together because, one thing I really work with people is it's kind of like you can get told all this stuff, but what the heck do you do with it? So which is the reason that there's a program and why there's coaching and stuff like that. So tell us a couple things that you found you were challenging with, and then through the information in the records and clearing the work and some of the stuff that came up to you. How did you find that shift some of the experiences that you were challenged with and you were really, really present for you at the time?
Now, through the Akashic Records or through coaching or both or all of it?
Kind of both.
Yeah. Number one, it was an amazing confirmation of what I had been doing with my life. I'm like, hey, good to know I'm doing my purpose. I've always felt like that. And now, I have my interior design firm, which I'm growing, and it's just kind of going gangbusters right now. And I have my RX for Success business consulting coaching firm, which is also growing like leaps and bounds. And so it's really wonderful. Do I stay busy? Incredibly. But I love it because I'm helping people. I'm empowering people. I'm either empowering them to live in beautiful environments or work in beautiful environments, or to have wonderful businesses that allow them the free time and the balance, the life balance thing. And so, I love that because it really is empowering them to see that, hey, I don't just have to work, and then have this 5 minutes to myself, kind of thing. It wasn't, a lot of people I work with, it's not balanced. And I completely understand that. I have my own burnout myself. And so I watch for that. And others, that was the confirmation was very helpful. I don't question myself in running two businesses right now either, because in both businesses, I'm doing exactly what we talked about in here. Quite honestly, I'm redesigning things, life, business, whatever. So that's been a huge piece of it in our coaching, though, even more so, in another way. I mean, and I'm sure I've got tons of notes here about things that the Akashic Records has helped me realize. And I should have had those highlighted before we started, probably. But
let me ask you this way. So when you're given the information in the records and we get it and we hear it and it makes all the sense, and so the coaching aspect is really about, now that I know all this and it's in alignment and it totally resonates and it's exactly how I explains why we've been the way we have been in our lives and all of that. The coaching is really about what to then do with it, how to take it out into action, empower ourselves through it, take the mirror and look at ourselves inside of the relationships and things that we're at. because we're the conscious creator in our experience. And that's what I think that where the coaching really comes in powerfully, is that it's like, here's the information, but now let's work together and put it into play. And so what have you noticed? Shared with me, for example, how it shifted a relationship for you. Talk about that for a minute.
Goodness gracious. Yeah. We, in our coaching work together, I've been in a relationship for basically almost 3 years now, and it was wonderful, and then all of a sudden it was awful. And then didn't expect that. I didn't see that coming. And then I knew I needed out of it, and that was when this last summer actually was when I started seeing a shaman, and he's like, "Well, this is a karmic thing. You're playing out karma between each other." And I'm like, "Karma? What is really what is that?" And when you ended up taking me through the cord cutting kind of process, which I honestly was afraid to do. I know I told you that. I put it off, and I was like, I might still love this person, and I don't want to just cut it completely off and then not have anything to do with them. But when you explained it, and then I also read the instructions, that's always helpful. It says you're not just cutting off the relationship with somebody, and especially somebody that you love. Now, if you need to cut off the relationship, that will actually happen organically through you doing that work. If it really actually needs to be absolutely done, then it will be. And that's for the best and highest purpose for each one of us, if that's the case. However, for the most part, now what I understand, and now what I've seen firsthand, and I could not explain it any other way than the work that we've done, quite honestly, is that it heals me and it heals the other person. And at first, of course, I went, really? Okay. And I did it, and I dedicated myself to it and did the work for the period of time you said to do it. And that man came back to me and he says, I am so sorry for all the stuff I've done. I realize now it was all of my drama. It was all me causing you a lot of pain. And he had not ever taken any kind of responsibility for it, and actually was still 2 months prior to this work saying, well, you had your part. And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm in a relationship with you. I have that part. And I was trying to figure it out. And so it really healed both of us. And when I realized, what it was doing for me, and that's all we have control over, just ourselves. So we can only heal ourselves. We can only, really make ourselves do something. And, we're the ones that are feeling the feelings we're feeling. So we can't expect somebody else to change because we want them to, or change because we expect them to, or whatever. We have to do our own work. And so I began doing that work just feverishly. And when I did, like I said, he came back and apologized. The relationship has been very different since then, and much healthier. In fact, much healthier than when we began. And definitely, after we got back together the first time, it still wasn't healthy, but you and I hadn't done our work. And after you and I did the work, it's been very healthy. The conversations have been above board. I've been very able to working and call things right then versus sit on them, which I anything and that type of thing. But it's really healed both of us.
Would you say, Sabrina, that it's really helped you set? First of all, it's all about looking in the mirror. That's always where we started. Looking in the mirror, getting very self-loving, accepting what we have accepted in the relationships that we do. Obviously, we do play a part, but it's to what degree? And am I giving away my power? Do I have no boundaries? Do you feel like it's really helped you set boundaries that you're now seeing also show up in other relationships, or you're standing more in your truth with everyone?
Unbelievably so. I didn't think I had such necessarily, but this person did boundaries, and this person had a really strong personality too, but my boundary is so much better. As a matter of fact, last week I had a situation come up where I had a family member that basically tried to use guilt and shame. Thank you very much. That's what we grew up with. Guilt and shame in a conversation to kind of belittle me and, you know, put me in my place as far as what they were concerned. And I realized what it was. At first I got mad, but I mean, within a second I went, oh, no. This is the family routine of guilt, shame, blame, you know, game. And as soon as I realized quickly in the conversation, I calmed down and I literally put another take responsibility case. And, you know, we ended the conversation very well, actually.
Sabrina, we're getting a little bit of
standing in my power.
We're starting to get a little bit of the screen's starting to freeze and stuff a little bit. So I think what we'll do is we'll just close in saying today that, you know, if you are going to recommend, you know, or somebody that's considering looking at the Akashic Records, looking at working in the program and getting the coaching and the assistance and looking at all those aspects of yourself, you know, what would you say to anybody that's considering working with me and working in the Akashic Records?
Definitely do it. You definitely do it. If you know, want some confirmation, affirmation, and ability to be able to do something that you've maybe been holding yourself back on somehow, this is a great resource and, you know, a person to talk with. Seriously, it just has, you know, I'll just say I had 4 of those incidents last week, and every single one of them I was able to stand in my power. I was able to draw the boundary and go, no, this is you and that's me. Before I would have gone, oh, how can I help them? You know, and mind you, I just did this work. So it's not like, I mean, what did we do it in like November,
December? Yeah. 2 months.
Yeah. Work together. Yeah. And so, it works. It works. If you want, I mean, whatever it is you want in your life to heal from or become more powerful in or understand about yourself, the Akashic Records, though you may have not heard of it before, is an incredible resource to tap into and to really get some clear understanding and guidance about, you know, your own life. So.
Well, thank you. Thank you for coming online on live Facebook with Diane and Sabrina today. We definitely had a lot of fun together. We really enjoy them. I'm totally 100% behind you and everything that you're doing and building your business and getting out there and helping the people the way that you do, because I see inside of your heart. I mean, that's one thing, you know, when you work with somebody one-on-one like that and you do those programs, you really get to see like the tremendous beauty that we hold within inside of ourselves, and then we just let all that other shit go. You know, we can't, you know, beating ourselves up for making a mistake. It's not who we are. It's
right.
Something we did in a moment. It doesn't shape us, and it doesn't when we choose not to let it, though. That's where we get so empowered. And so Thank you for working with me. Thank you for trusting in with me and coming to the work with me. And, you know, anybody that is interested, wisdomoftheakashics.com is my website. And I do free discovery sessions with people where we spend, you know, about 45 minutes together. We talk about the records, how it can work for you, the program. And then if it's a fit for you, and if I'm a fit for you and you're a fit for me, and that's not a particular coaching and reading session, but it's a free offer that I open so many hours a week to let people have a look at to see if the records are for them. And I know that, you know, I just get more passionate all the time about this stuff. And, you know, people actually say that to me all the time. I don't know what you're doing, Diane, but keep doing it. Well, this is what I'm doing. You know, we're just helping people at that level. I so believe in the beauty of the soul. You know, no matter what our life experience has been up to till today, you know, that's just an up until now thing, but we can, you know, grab hold of that. I'm so happy to see those boundaries being set and where they're empowering you And like you said, you have experienced a phone call that ended well when you stood in your boundary, you know, and that actually makes the next connection. That just makes it easier and easier every time. You know, they know that they're going to get exactly. So it heals way beyond just our own experience too. So God bless you. Thank you. And with yourself and your business, and I absolutely loved working with you.
Thank you. Me too. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. You're welcome. God bless everybody. And